Good Friday, Sunray community. I want to bring you up to speed on several things going on in your school district. First of all, I want to say a big shout out to our football teams, cross country teams, band, cheerleaders. Last Friday night was my first home experience at a Sunray Bobcat football game, and I was very, very impressed. You have a great community, you have great kids, and you have a school personnel that are working for the very best of all students. And that was evident on Friday night. From the announcer to the clock keeper to everyone that works together to make Sunray that good place to be, and it's a good place to say I'm from, and a good place to say I want to be part of that. And so a huge shout out to you guys, to the entire community for making Sunray the place it is today and will continue to be on in the future. One of the aspects that we did not get to cover at the game was we were going to pass the boot for the hurricane victims. And it's interesting how things work out the way they're supposed to work out. This last week I had a meeting with the Moore County United Way and looked at all the avenues that they help folks in Moore County. And 95% of all their funding and their donations go back to the citizens of Moore County. And so on our game on on September the 22nd, the game here at home, we will have the boots at the gate. And that way, if it storms, where our boots aren't empty, we will have those boots at the gate as you come in. We'll be collecting donations for the United Way, and we'll designate that money for the Meals on Wheels program, which does deliver does deliver food. The money is used to help deliver food to individuals in Sunray. That way we're giving back to our community. Bring you up to speed on the construction. They are working very quickly to get that construction completed. Right now we're working on all the exterior painting on all the buildings. We will be replacing the gutters at the high school around the building. The interior of the high school hallways will be complete by mid-November, hopefully by the first part of November. All the work at the elementary school, middle school is being wrapped up. And so once again, as your school superintendent, when our financial house is in order, and now our physical plan is in order, and so I want to reach out to you as the taxpayers and community for supporting those efforts, and thank you. And pat yourself on the back when you walk through those facilities and know that that's where your tax dollars are going. The playground is another place where your tax dollars are going. From the 18th to the 28th, we're working to prep that playground equipment and remove the old playground equipment. And if you drive by and you see the old playground equipment out there and you want a piece of it, grab it. We're going to scrap it for the items that are left out there due to the age of the equipment. But that new playground should be put in place and be operational, and we'll have a ribbon cutting with those kids and everything by the middle part of October. We got backlogged on some back order items, but we're looking forward to having that playground in place. Our new webpage, which we're so excited about, you'll be able to go to that webpage and get all the information about the district. And I invite you to check that thing weekly, sometimes if not daily, to look at the updates that we're going to be putting on that webpage. But we want that to be the go-to for our school district. We were told the other day that the programming and the implementation of that by the company who's working on that webpage should be released by September the 18th. We've been using Facebook as our medium of communication, and we'll continue to use Facebook to expand out as well. And wherever we publicize something in written format, through these videos, through Facebook, we'll all circle back to the webpage. We have a board meeting coming up this coming Monday night, and you're welcome at any time to come to the board meeting, but starting in September through May, we do something that is a little different that I do with all the schools I've ever worked with, and it's a huge pat on the back to my late wife. She came up with this idea, and at the beginning of each board meeting, we recognize a parent and or a guardian, could be a grandparent, and an Employee of the Month, and some of the campuses recognize Students of the Month, and we'll be doing that at each board meeting. And so I invite you to come out and see who's being recognized, and if you get recognized through the school year, kudos to you. And so we want you to be part of what we have going on up here, even at our board meetings. But there again, our board, we'll have a board page on our web page, and you'll be able to look at the minutes, the agendas, just like you are now. But I invite you to come out if you want to be part of that process and listen to what we're talking about, because it is your school board, and those decisions that we are making are based on what's the needs for your community. I want to give a huge shout out in every district that I have worked in, the frontline folks that are in every office, and that's our secretaries. In our office, we have Jeannie Miller. She does a great job. She's working up front. She's the first person you see that come in our office. She does all of our media communication, and a huge shout out to her. Rosa at the high school, always smiling, knows what's going on at all times at the high school. And so a huge shout out, and thank you, Rosa, for the job that you do. Rachel at the middle school, always smiling, always there, always attentive to everyone's needs. And Rachel, thanks for what you do. And Dawn at the elementary school. Last but certainly not least, Dawn, I want to thank you for what you do for the district. And if you get by and see those folks, you all know them, because that's the people you come in contact with first. I want you to reach out, pat them on the back, and thank them for what they do for our school district. It is always a great day to be a Bobcat, and if I can ever be of any service to you, as I always say each week, I'm your school superintendent. This is your school district. Please come by and see me. Reach out to me. You may not like what I say, but at least we'll have an opportunity to have a conversation. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you guys at Groover tonight as we go over there and bring home another Bobcat win. Have a great day.